Welcome to the Client Generation Podcast, a show where we interview some of the most successful people in real estate to help you understand how to generate leads, build a brand, and convert more clients in your business. Hey, what's up, everybody? Grant Weiss here. Welcome to the Client Generation Podcast. And I'm doing something that I have not done in well over 100 episodes. I'm flying solo today, but I get asked a question nonstop. And I actually made some time to develop a much better response than I typically give to this one question. And that is, Grant, how do you get somebody to do video when they don't want to? It's a question that I get asked nonstop because video is a huge part of what we teach from a remarketing standpoint. It allows you to increase your conversions. It allows you to build relationships. It allows you to do a lot of amazing stuff. But no matter how often I get up and talk about the benefits of using video, there's still this massive subgroup of people that doesn't want to do it. And I get the question almost every time I'm interviewed. And so I figured, you know what, today I'm going to jump on the podcast and I'm going to record a little bit of what I believe to be incredibly impactful answer that can really move the needle in the way that you go out there and create video content. Especially if you're feeling like, man, I really don't know that I want to do that. Or if you know somebody that's like, man, I've been trying to get them to do video and I just can't get them to do it. So I've got a very good response. And this isn't a short one. So if you're looking for that, I don't have this like just do it message. I actually have a very clear and articulate response, I believe, that would help you understand how to go out there and create video content. If you are currently like, man, I don't want to do it. Don't like the way I look. I sound horrible. I look terrible and blah, 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 blah. All right, let's dive into it. Okay. One of the things I want to say to you before I jump in and answer this, your actions will never, ever, ever contradict your beliefs about yourself. Boom. Simple. Your actions will never contradict the beliefs you have about yourself. Please, please, please let that sink in, okay? Your actions will never contradict the beliefs you have about yourself. 10 out of 10 times when I'm talking to somebody that's like, man, I really don't want to create video content. I don't look good. I don't sound good. I don't feel good. I don't want people to see it. I think it looks blah, 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 blah. I want you to go back to what I just said. Your actions will never contradict your beliefs about yourself. A lot of people are not creating video content because they do not believe that they possess the qualities that would appear good on video. And it's as simple as that. Your actions will never contradict your beliefs about yourself. And so if you're thinking like, man, I really want to create video content, but blah, 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 I want to do it, but you never do it. I'm going to tell you, you just heard the reason why. Because you don't believe that you can do it, that you are good at doing it, that you want to do it, that you will benefit from doing it. But we're seeing this massive wave of people in real estate that are starting to become insanely successful, insanely influential. And so you're listening to this, maybe like, I got to know how to get past this. I got to know how to get past this. And so I'm going to help you understand a little bit more scientifically how you can move past some of the internal struggles you have when it comes to creating video content. So one of the things that I got really good at is reinventing myself, changing what I thought, changing what I believed, changing my actions, perceptions, and everything else in between when I became an entrepreneur. I always believe that old quote, and I repeat it nonstop. Entrepreneurship, first you build yourself and then you build a business. I've tried to do it opposite. I've tried to build businesses without building myself, and the businesses would only grow to the extent that I personally did. And that's true today, which is why I spend so much more time focusing on myself than I do focusing on businesses. And a byproduct, businesses grow, brands grow, revenues grow, profits grow, people grow. Okay. So if you could focus just for a minute, stick with me here on rebuilding yourself, I think you're going to get past this little video obstacle. I think it's going to help you in a lot of other different ways too. So I got these like really silly 12 little steps. And I know this sounds a little like, okay, Grant, what do you got here? Right. I'm not struggling with anything else, just not able to create video. Look, these are 12 steps that I take to reinvent myself whenever I want to overcome a challenge, whenever I want to grow through something. And I know that there are a lot of people in the real estate industry, specifically mortgage, title, investing, that want to grow through this because it's becoming the barrier to entry. I think Gary Vee said that 3 years ago. If you look ahead a few years, this is what Gary said. Building a media company will be the cost. It'll be the barrier to entry to any industry. If you don't get good at building media, i.e. of following, entertaining, educating, informing, like you're not going to be successful in business. So I know that there's a lot of people that want to grow through this. And so this is what I've always done. Okay. First step, be grateful. I know that sounds so simple and so silly, but it is an impossibility to grow through something without gratitude for where it is that you're at. A lot of people don't like how they look. A lot of people don't like how they sound. A lot of people don't like their teeth. A lot of people don't like their weight. A lot of people don't like their glasses. A lot of people don't like their hair. A lot of people don't like a lot of things about themselves. And that's the truth. It's why they're not creating a lot of content. But if you can flip that a little bit, be grateful for who you are, because you were made a very specific way for a very specific reason to serve a very specific purpose. Be grateful for who you are and the way you look and how you sound and all those other types of things, because there's only one of you, right? Each of us have a fingerprint. If you can't see me because you're listening to the podcast, I'm holding up my finger. We all have one individual print we get to leave on this world, and that's unique. That's special, man. But again, we go back to that quote in the beginning. Your actions will never contradict your beliefs about yourself. If you already, before you turn the camera on, believe these negative things about yourself, you ain't showing up. You will fight yourself to the grave. You literally go to the grave before you'll get behind a video camera, because you don't believe that you belong there. Therefore, you're literally never going to do anything that's going to put you in that position because of how it makes you feel. Right? So be grateful for who you are. You were made a special way for a special reason. Next step, step 2, be self-aware. And I think that ties into gratitude. Be self-aware. If there's things you don't like about yourself, what I've learned is that you can improve them. 10 of 10 times, I've learned that if you don't like something about yourself, you can improve it. Like you say, Grant, well, my face looks a certain way. Well, hey, guess what? They have plastic surgery. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying 10 of 10 times, if you're motivated to change something, we can change it. Okay. Not we, but like you get the point. Be self-aware. Like do some 10-minute due diligence. Hey, why do I not want to get behind the camera? Is it because I think I sound weird? Hey, guess what? Don't listen to your videos. I don't listen to my own videos. I don't listen to my own podcast. It drives me nuts. I cannot hear my voice back. If I do, I get uncomfortable. I'm like, no, turn that stuff off. It sounds awful. My wife listens to my content back all the time when I'm around. I'm like, no, turn it off. It sounds ridiculous. I'm glad you guys don't think so because you listen to the podcast, but I don't like the way I sound. When I got started creating video content, I didn't like the way I looked either. Okay. I was way overweight. My teeth were crooked. I had really super thin hair. I had these big funky glasses because I wanted to stand out. Like I looked ridiculous, but I needed money. So I had to figure out how to create content. Be grateful for who you are, but then dive into it. Get self-aware. Why am I resistant to this? Why do I not want to create content? Is it the way that I look? Is it the way I sound? Is it this, that, or the other thing? But just get aware. I'm not asking you to do anything about it. I'm just asking you to become aware of what it is that's keeping you from wanting to do it emotionally, not businessy, because everybody's got a $1,000 phone in their pocket these days, especially if you're in business. You pull your phone out and boom, you've got crazy quality content you can put out there. But there's something preventing you. So get self-aware to that. And then what I like to do, step 3, I like to learn from experience, either of my own or those that have gone before me. Okay. So if I get self-aware to an issue, if I become aware of an issue that I feel like I have that's preventing me from going to whatever place, well, I set back and say, okay, what can I learn from my past experiences? Well, if I don't create content because I think I'm going to be embarrassed, what I try to sit down and do is say, okay, in my life, have I been embarrassed before? Yes, I think we all have, right? Okay, well, what happened? It's something that my coach, John Cheplack, taught me. He said it's called duality. You look at the bad stuff that came from it, but you also look at the good stuff. If you look back in your life, your experiences likely taught you that, yes, there were bad things that have happened maybe to you, whatever, but there are also likely good things that came from those experiences. And then your brain gets to look at both and say, okay, what do I choose? Do I choose the good? Do I choose to focus on the bad? If you ask an eternal optimist like me, we're always going to be looking at the good. But you get to sit down and treat your life experience like a teacher, which is what it is. Okay. So look at your past experiences. Hey, I don't like the way that I look because I'm embarrassed by my voice, or I'm this, or I'm that, or the other thing, whatever it is. But then learn from your past experience. And if you don't have an experience you feel like you can learn from, who has gone before me? Tony Robbins says it's how you compress decades into days. You go out there and you find somebody that can teach you and coach you and mentor you and can take their experience and package it into your brain so that you start to learn without having to experience any of the other painful stuff. Right? It's one of the best things in the world is finding mentors, finding coaches, finding people that can advise you that you will listen to and take action on and will help move you through things faster, right? That's what experience can teach you. Fourth, and this is the most impactful in my opinion, become the person that it is that you are trying to become. If you say, Grant, I don't create videos because I don't do this and I don't do this and I don't do that, understand, Brian Colhane said, your word is your wand. Anything that comes after the words I am should be positive, because your brain, your supercomputer, is going to go work to develop your habits, your beliefs, your rituals, your routines around whatever it is that you believe that you are. Okay. You believe that you're not good at video. All of your life's experience will serve up proof to validate why you're not good at video. That's how it works. You want to become good at video, but you don't think that you are? Hey, look, it's easy. Look, I say it's easy. Here's what I do. I literally write down, I am whatever it is I want to be. Especially if I'm just getting started, I am multimillionaire. I am healthy. I am a content creator. I am a giver. I am a contributor. I am whatever it is that you want to become. If you are not that thing right now, take on the identity of that person. They always say, if you want to be a millionaire, just think like one. I never understood what that meant until I learned about developing identities. Until I learned how we operate as human beings. And then it clicked. Oh, I need to take on the identity of a millionaire. I need to take on the identity of somebody that is healthy. I need to take on the identity of a great father, a great husband, a great business person, a great entrepreneur. And what happens when you do is you start to act like what it is that you want to become. It goes back to the root quote when we started this: your actions will never contradict your beliefs about yourselves. Hey, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We can change the beliefs we have about ourselves. We can change that by becoming what it is that we want to become. If you are saying, I'm not good on video, you're proclaiming something, you're proclaiming a reality, and you will do anything to keep that, right? Because your actions will never contradict your beliefs. So change what you believe. Change what it is that you believe. And what's really powerful here is you'll start acting in alignment with who you believe that you are. Hey, stop saying I'm not good at videos. I haven't been good at video, but I'm getting better. I am a content creator, right? Take that on. And I know that sounds maybe a little woo-woo-y, but look, I've seen this play out in my own life. There's things I've been writing down about myself. It would take 6, 8, 9 months, but I just wrote them down. I was patient, persistent, and little by little, day by day, week by week, month by month, opportunities would present themselves to me that I would be able to do whatever it was that I was trying to do. Creating content, being good with money, being healthy. I had options almost every day to choose what it was that I wanted to believe. And it's really powerful. Step 5, be clear. Okay. When you know who it is that you want to become, you need to understand why it is you really want to be that thing. If you want to be a great, if you want to be a brand, if you want to create video content, if you want to grow a business, if you want to get a following, if you want to develop influence, why is that important to you? That is so crucial to understand, because if you don't know why you're doing it, when it gets hard, you're going to check out, right? Have you ever gone running? I ran a marathon. No, I ran a half marathon. I never done that before. I only have one kidney, so it's not actually really good for me to do long distance stuff like that. It can really tear up my body. But I was going up this steep incline, mile 12 into the last mile, getting ready to finish the race. And the only thing that I said going up that mile hill, my girls, my girls, my girls, my girls, my girls. I knew my wife and my sweet, 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 sweet little girl were standing at the finish line waiting for me. And it was the only thing I could think of that could get me up that hill, because I had no desire to finish that race. I was like, why am I doing this? And then it clicked. My girls, my girls, my girls. I literally ran for a mile. It took me forever because I was going up a steep hill. My girls, my girls, my girls. It's the only thing I kept repeating to myself, but it was the affirmation. It was the why. It was the prize at the end of whatever it was I was trying to accomplish. Why do you want this? Don't want it because somebody on the internet told you that you got to do it. Okay, that's not good enough. If it was, you'd be doing it because everybody on the internet is telling you to. Okay, no, get clear on why you want to do this. How is it going to benefit you? What will having a great relationship with your audience get you? What will having a good brand, well-known brand get you? What will being an established influencer in your community get you? What's the reward? Why are you doing this? Now, it doesn't have to necessarily be reward oriented, but I'm saying why? Many people don't know why, which is why they're not creating the content. When you understand what it is that you want to become, the very next thing you need to understand is why. And if you cannot answer that question, it's okay, but sit down, spend some time trying to figure that out. It's very important, because when it gets hard, and it will, developing new habits and rituals, routines and beliefs is not easy. But when it gets hard, you need to affirm why it is you're doing this in the first place. It's really powerful. Next step, be intentional, okay? Be so intentional. As you are taking on new beliefs and you're developing new habits and rituals and routines, this is what happens whenever you kind of take on a new identity. And I'm not trying to say like you're going to develop a split personality, it's going to be weird and all this kind of stuff. I'm just saying, if you were to like right now say, I am, first thing that comes to your mind, what are you going to say? I am fat. I am bad with money. I am not consistent. I am amazing. I am a great lover. I am very good with money. Like, you all believe things about yourself, right? That's an identity. When you are taking on a new identity, when you're changing something that you believe about yourself, being intentional is crucial. It is so crucial. And if you see me looking off screen, I'm looking at a couple of my notes that I have here, but I want to literally write out a quote that I wrote about this. As you are becoming who you want to be intentional about the steps you take and set boundaries around the things you no longer want in life. I would imagine if I asked you after you say, Grant, I'm not good with video, or I don't want to create video because I don't look good and I don't feel good and I don't sound good and I would imagine if I said, okay, Karen, do you like that stuff about yourself? What would your answer be? Do you like that you think that about yourself? What's the answer? 9 times out of 9 going to be, no, I wish I didn't think that about myself. Hey, I get it. It's tough. A lot of us don't like what we see in the mirror, but hey guys, guess what guys? We get to fix that. We can, it's in our power. It's in our control. When you are taking on a new belief and you are trying to improve and you are working towards this, not only do you want to understand who you want to become, you understand why you want to become it, you want to be intentional about the steps you take. And then what did I just say? Set boundaries around the things you no longer want in life. Powerful. So powerful. And it may look like a number of different things, but when it comes to creating video content, what could that look like? A boundary might look like, you know what? I'm not going to watch my content. That might be a hard line in the sand. Okay. I'm going to create content. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it out there, but I'm not watching that junk back. Okay. Don't call it junk, right? I didn't mean to say that. I'm not watching it back. I'm not listening to it. I'm just going to go. One of my favorite influencers in the industry, Chelsea Pites, said for 2 years, she didn't watch a single piece of content back that she recorded. She just put it out and then she moved on about her day, right? She was just very authentic, but she knew that if she watched it back, she was going to take it down. Maybe that's a boundary. Maybe talking bad about yourself should be the boundary, right? You get to decide, but my point is be intentional. Be very, very intentional about the steps that you take. Set boundaries with yourself. Develop habits. Next step, develop habits, rituals, and routines. When you are working to develop a new belief, a new identity, you're working to take steps towards accomplishing something. Habits, rituals, and routines are the lifeblood of the success of that thing. Okay. A habit might be once a week, I'm going to create a piece of video content. And you might be thinking, well, Grant, that's not enough. Well, hey, guess what? One a week at the end of a year is 52. And it's probably 52 more videos than most people put out thinking about putting up video content, right? That might be good enough. Might be amazing. One video a week on YouTube would radically change how you were able to get leads in a year. I promise you, organically, especially. Rituals, routines. What micro steps can you take to start to seed belief, to start to really just day by day, week by week, month by month, affirm to yourself that you are becoming this thing that it is that you want to become, whether that's a content creator or anything else in life. Habits, rituals, and routines are important. They are so important. They don't have to be hard. Why they are hard is because most people say, I'm going to go work out every day. And then they try to start going to the gym. And then they work out a few days. They get insanely sore because they didn't do it right. Or they're dealing with DOMS, right? This is radicalized pain because your muscles are being used in a way that they weren't designed to. And they don't remember, they don't know why they started going to the gym in the first place. And they don't know who it is that they want to become. So they quit. They do it in reverse. They go at this the wrong way. Somebody says, I'm gonna quit smoking. I know it's going to be tough because I am a smoker. Have you ever heard somebody say that? Right? Your actions will never contradict your beliefs about yourself. Whatever you say after the word I am is a proclamation. It is an identity. It's a belief about yourself that is going to be so difficult to change. When if you would say, I am not a smoker, I'm quitting. Even if you just said, I'm not a smoker and kept smoking for a couple of months, I can almost guarantee your brain would very naturally start to push that desire out of your body. I know it sounds crazy, but I've experienced it in my own life, and I've experienced it in so many different areas. It can't be untrue. Not only that, I've experienced it with so many friends, family, influencers, coaches, mentors. It's crucial. Habits, rituals, and routines. Next step, be disciplined. Be disciplined. The people that are the most successful do what they don't want to do at the highest levels the most consistently. There are going to be days that you don't want to do it. It doesn't matter. There's days that I don't want to go to the gym. It does not matter what I want. The process of becoming whatever it is you want to become does not care about how you feel. It only cares about what is required. And your feelings typically were never factored in to the requirements. Going to the gym every day, eating the right food every day, creating a piece of video content once a week, pulling out the camera and FaceTime in your family just so you get more used to it. Like, look, at the end of the day, discipline doesn't care about your feelings. The process of becoming doesn't care about how you feel. It only cares about what you do. There will always be days that you do not want to. I've gone to the gym literally for the last 4 years. You know how many days there were I did not want to do it? I have gone to the gym in the last 12 to 15 months, every single weekday, even if I was injured and couldn't work out, right? Because I didn't want my body to think that we were done doing something. I didn't want my brain to think that, okay, now we're going to start taking the time off. I didn't want everything to start going backwards. So I would still show up to the gym no matter what. Even if I rode the bike for like 10 minutes, I would still show up because that was a part of that routine. I was disciplined to that. You will not want to do this. It's not like if you don't want to do it, it is you will not want to do this. Mike Tyson said, the secret is to doing the stuff that you hate, but doing it like you love it. That's discipline. And that's what's going to take you to the next level. And then on top of that, being consistent. The power of doing something over and over and over and over and over again. Like I just said, if you created one piece of video content every week, at the end of the year, it's 52 videos. At the end of 2 years, it's 104, right? And you just kept going. At the end of a few years, you're going to have hundreds of videos on the internet about you. You don't have to be like everybody else and create a video a day. As a matter of fact, I would argue you're setting yourself up intentionally to fail so you can say that you tried. It's a cop-out. Don't overwhelm yourself because you're programming, you're engineering failure into whatever it is that you're going to try to do. Just pick something that you can be disciplined to, and it's non-negotiable. Do it consistently. I wanted to wake up every morning at 4 a.m., 4:30. It was for a long time, like literally 2 to 3, 4 years. I struggled to get up at like 8 or 9. And then I realized, well, if I actually just set my phone in the bathroom and I jump out of bed, I actually don't have any problem getting up. So I put my phone in the bathroom. And I did it for a few days. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm good now. And then I put the phone right back by my bed, right? Next morning, I wake up, snooze. Didn't even think about it, just snooze. Went right back to sleep, progress lost. And I had to rinse and repeat this process all over again. I'm sure you can look back at times in your life when you weren't consistent. You got all the way to a point and then you stopped. You thought this is good enough. The brain started to trick you, says, we've gone far enough. We've made it. We don't have to go any further. You got to graduate from good to great, right? To great, to excellent, and so on and so forth. And you do that by consistently doing what it is that you're working towards. But I'm here to tell you, if you do this programmatically, if you do this with your identity, if you establish a belief, if you change what it is that you think about yourself, it gets so much easier. I'm very serious when I say this. It has gotten so easy for me to create habits, rituals, and routines using this exact process. Like now I can do it without even thinking about it, without any huge alteration to my lifestyle. Sometimes I shock the system, but I've gotten so good at this process, at reinventing myself, at changing what I want to think, changing what I want to believe, that now creating this level of consistency has gotten easier with health, with money, with relationships, with faith, with anything. It's gotten easy using this process. But I focused on the belief first, the identity first, right? And then I understood why. And once I understood why, and I had an established belief about it, boom, I could move forward so powerfully and do everything else that I needed to do. And then the last part of this, look for the comfort. Look for comfort. Comfort breeds content, right? Comfort breeds complacency, and you'll start to regress. If you don't make progress, what's that old quote? If we're not growing, we're dying. If you don't continue to make progress, you'll actually start going the opposite direction. So what I do is I look for the comfort. If you start making a video a week and you're like, you get to a point where you're just comfortable, like it's not even challenging anymore. You can do it like it's a cakewalk, Grant. I got this, man. It's boom, it's done. Okay, that's where you get to start this process all over again and take it to the next level and just go through these 12 steps. Boom, all over again. Become grateful, right? Become grateful for your heart, become self-aware. Just go through that whole series of steps. And if you do that, if you continually rinse and repeat, eventually you're going to be somebody that's creating a piece of content a day, or you're going to be somebody that's got this crazy brand. You're going to be somebody that's got this mad influence. You're going to be somebody that's a hyper local celebrity. If you want to know the truth to how you can overcome the challenges that come with creating video content, this is the greatest way that I've ever seen. And it's not just work for me when it comes to creating content. It's worked in virtually every area of my life. I know that it will produce the types of results that you want. If you, again, get grateful, step 1, become self-aware, step 2, you learn from your experiences, step 3, you develop an identity, step 4, you get very clear, you know your why, step 5, you become intentional, step 6, you develop habits, rituals, routines, step 7, you become disciplined, you become consistent, you look for the comfort, step 12. Look for the things that are starting to make you comfortable about whatever change it is that you've made, and understand that that's the plateau. That's the tipping point. That's communication that it's time to start all over again and it's time to level up. This game is so fun, guys. I know it's challenging, and I know that you may have all of these different thoughts and beliefs and all of this kind of stuff about yourself when it comes to creating video content, or when it comes to anything. Like I said, this applies to every area of my life. It's how I've learned to really go out there and excel at many, many, many things. And I think that it can help you with video. I hope this episode was super, super impactful. Screenshot it, tag me on Instagram at @LightGrantWise. I would love to know your greatest takeaway. And hey, look, what I'd love more than anything is that you take this episode, you take it to heart, and you actually start practicing it. And you go out there and you become somebody that is incredible at creating video content. It's not going to be easy. As a matter of fact, I almost guarantee it's going to be hard. But if you lean into this process that I just gave you, I hope that it can make it easier and easier and easier. And what I hope even more so is you take it and you start applying it to other areas of your life, because I think it can help you have a major impact with your health, with your relationships, with your faith, with your finances, and any other area that you'd like. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Client Generation Podcast. I got more special guests coming next week, and I am excited. Okay, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Client Generation Podcast. Please make sure that you rate and review this episode so that we can continue to bring you more incredible guests to help you grow your business. Thanks, and have an amazing day.